Welcome back to Real Talk. I'm Jake.
And I'm Sarah. Today we're tackling a big question. Who actually succeeds in America, and why?
We've been looking at tons of research, and honestly, the patterns are pretty clear but kind of depressing.
So let's start with this. People love to say, successful people wake up at 4 a.m., or they have grit and a growth mindset. But here's the thing. Waking up at 4 a.m. doesn't make you successful. If you're already successful, then you wake up early because you're motivated.
It's correlation, not causation. People get this backwards all the time.
Exactly. So what does determine success? The data is crystal clear. If your parents are wealthy, you succeed. If they're poor, you don't. And school performance doesn't matter nearly as much as we think.
Wait, really?
Think about it. Rich and poor kids are playing completely different games with education. For rich kids, college is about networking. You go to Yale, meet other rich kids, build connections. Those connections get you jobs. The degree is just a signal that says, I'm one of you.
But poor kids are told it's about credentials. Get perfect grades, get into a good school, and you'll succeed.
Right. But even with perfect grades, they don't have the network. No family friends running companies. So they have the degree, but not the relationships. And relationships are what actually matter.
This connects to parenting styles too, doesn't it?
Absolutely. There are three big differences. First, rich parents talk more to their kids. More vocabulary, actual conversations. Poor parents use commands. No, go, stop.
So rich kids develop better language skills from exposure.
Second, rich parents are friendly and explain things. Kid touches a hot stove? Rich parents say, let me explain why fire is dangerous. Poor parents say, do that again and I'll whoop you.
That's a completely different worldview being taught.
The rich kid learns the world is safe and they're respected. The poor kid learns the world is scary and to fear authority. And this carries straight into school. Rich kids see teachers as friends. Poor kids are scared of teachers.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Third difference, stability. Rich parents can keep promises because they have money. Next week, we're going to Disney World, and they actually go. Poor parents? Next week, McDonald's. Then the paycheck doesn't cover it. So poor kids learn adults don't keep promises.
So it's not about self-control or grit, it's about trust.
Exactly. Take the marshmallow test. Kids who wait for the second marshmallow supposedly have better outcomes. But it's not willpower, it's whether they trust that adults keep their word.
If you grew up with broken promises, why would you wait?
You wouldn't. You'd eat the marshmallow. It's rational. And here's the thing. American society is a hierarchy divided between rich and poor. As a poor person, you have to obey authority. But if you're rich, you negotiate with authority.
This explains the parenting styles. Poor parents are preparing their kids for a world where you obey or get in trouble.
Yes, and think about the criminal justice system. There are literally two different systems. Rich people commit white-collar crimes, fraud, tax evasion. What happens? Usually nothing. Their lawyers negotiate, they pay a fine, nobody goes to jail.
But poor people commit street crimes and go straight to prison.
Exactly. And if you calculate actual harm, a CEO stealing 50 million does way more damage than someone stealing 500 from a store. But who goes to jail?
The person who stole 500.
Look at 2008. Bankers crashed the entire economy. Millions lost homes. And how many bankers went to jail? One guy.
Meanwhile, someone caught with marijuana in the wrong state gets mandatory minimums.
Right. So poor kids learn authority is dangerous. Don't talk back or you'll get hurt. Rich kids learn authority is negotiable. If you have money and lawyers, problems disappear.
And taking risks. That's a privilege too, isn't it?
Totally. If you're rich, you can start a business. If it fails, move back home. Quit your job to find yourself. You have a safety net. But if you're poor, one bad decision and you're homeless. You can't take risks because you're one crisis away from destruction.
So rich people play to win. Poor people play not to lose.
Exactly. And when rich people succeed, they say, I was brave, I took risks. But they don't mention they could afford to take risks. If a poor person takes the same risk and fails, we say, that was irresponsible.
Let's talk about the self-made myth. Americans love this idea.
Oh, the billionaire origin stories. Elon Musk, genius who built everything from nothing. Except his family owned an emerald mine in South Africa. He went to elite schools, had family wealth to take risks.
Bill Gates, Harvard dropout who started Microsoft in a garage.
But he got into Harvard first. Before that, elite private school with computer access in 1968. Almost nobody had that. His mom was on a board with IBM executives, which got him his first big contract. And that garage? Not in a poor neighborhood. It was a business address.
Every self-made billionaire has family money, elite education, connections, safety nets.
But we don't want to see this because we want to believe in the American dream. If we acknowledge the advantages, we have to admit the system isn't fair.
So why does this system stay stable? Why doesn't it change?
Meritocracy. Americans believe we live in a fair system where people succeed based on merit and hard work. And this belief keeps the system locked in place.
How so?
Rich people need to believe the system is fair. Otherwise, their wealth is illegitimate. So they convince themselves, I earned this through hard work and talent. But here's the dangerous part. Poor people also believe in meritocracy.
Why is that dangerous?
Because when poor people believe the system is fair, it means their poverty is their fault. They didn't work hard enough. They're not smart enough. So they blame themselves, not the system. And this stops them from demanding change.
Wow. So everyone believes in meritocracy, which keeps the unfair system in place.
Exactly. Rich people feel no guilt and oppose redistribution. Poor people don't rebel. They just try to work harder. The hierarchy reproduces itself generation after generation.
And the irony? Social mobility in America is actually lower than in most developed countries. A poor kid in Denmark or Canada has a better chance of becoming rich than a poor kid in America.
The American dream is more achievable in other countries now, but we still have this mythology that we're the land of opportunity.
So we have a system that looks fair. Anyone can succeed with hard work. But inside, it's rigged. Rich and poor play by different rules, and the outcome is predetermined by your zip code, your parents' income, your race.
Right. Instead of demanding systemic change, universal healthcare, free college, higher wages, affordable housing, we're all just trying to individually make it, competing against each other instead of organizing together.
And the rich benefit from that division.
Absolutely. As long as we're fighting each other instead of together demanding better conditions, nothing changes. The belief in meritocracy, that's what keeps everyone playing the game instead of flipping the table.
This has been heavy, but important. Thanks for listening to Real Talk, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Of course, you don't want to miss us. We'll be back next week with another conversation that challenges how we think about America. See you then!